Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
And here we are. Good afternoon, or buonasera, depending where you're watching. It's Giada Valenti here today from Las Vegas, like every day. Today is actually 46 days that we have been spending together, and I think it's my fourth time in the kitchen on Saturday. Saturday, we are in the kitchen and we are cooking in sign language today. We are cooking together. So, welcome. This is Giada Valenti from Las Vegas. Of course, you can hear from my accent if you're watching for the first time. If you are a recurring member coming back to Giada Live every day, bentornati. Welcome back. And it's 2 p.m. here in Las Vegas, actually 2:02, 5 p.m. for you guys on the East Coast, so New York, Chicago, and all the rest. And ore 23 per voi che ci guardate dall'Italia, and ore 22. And if you're watching from Ireland, of England, you are 1 hour behind. And we always have every day also people from Australia. So buongiorno a voi, good morning for the people from Australia, because for them it's very early in the morning. Will be almost time to make breakfast for them if we wanted to go accordingly to the schedule. So today we are in the kitchen. It's Saturday. Every Saturday, you know that I gave on my Giada Live a kind of a format, if you want to say, like if it's a television program, even though it's a television program I'm filming from my house here. And Monday we chit chat a little bit about the weekend, and I get to talk to you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I always have a special guest. Every week I have a fantastic guest. Then on Friday we chit chat again. Yesterday we chit chat the whole day about Venice. I took you to Venice. When I'm live in my studio, in my office, I have the possibility also to have a green screen, and I can take you wherever I want to with a picture. And yesterday I took you to Venice, and you guys sent me so many amazing, sweet messages that you really love very much my talk about my city, because I was born and raised in Venice, Italy, even though I'm now here in Las Vegas. And then on Saturday, of course, in the Giada Live, we are in the kitchen, and I always cook something that I love to eat. And then on Sunday, we always have From Home with Love concert. So tomorrow we're going to be singing. Last week, talking about singing, because I filmed in my office, I had a green screen, and the background of my concert last week was La Fenice in Venice, the famous theater that we have in Venice called the Phoenix, which I thought was very appropriate because, Phoenix is burned to ashes and then alive again. And that's exactly also what happened, believe it or not, to that theater, because the theater was built like 1,000 years ago, and then maybe 10 years ago it was burned down to flame. And the Venetians were, of course, desperate about the theater was destroyed, but they have, of course, anything was documented, so they rebuilt it, the theater La Fenice, exactly like it was when it was built again. So if you go now to Venice again, and you saw in the pictures last week, you guys loved it very much. The colors are bright and shiny, like it was built yesterday, which is been rebuilt, yes, a couple of years back. It's the same thing if you ever been to Rome, at the Sistine Chapel, La Cappella Sistina, the 16th Chapel, but also a couple of years back, it was repainted exactly with the original color, like it was in the beginning. So if you go now, the colors are so bright and beautiful. And this is the same for the Phoenix. So La Fenice, you guys really loved yesterday. So maybe we're gonna do it every Monday and Friday when I'm with no guest, by myself. We will be talking about Venice. Many of you also send me messages about the trip that I'm planning to do, that I do actually every year. This year we will skipping the trip because of the coronavirus, the COVID-19, but we will be doing it again next year. And many of you were like, I want to go. And of course, I will be happy for you to come with me. As I said, you can go already on my website at giadavalenti.com, and there is a button on the top called Travel, and you can read there what was supposed to happen now in October, which is basically what is going to be happening next year. We are discussing with Perillo Tour if we do it in March or in October. We are going towards October next year because we think by then the world will be back to normal, and we are also going to be back working, so we can have some cash to spend, because of course travel costs money, and we all need to have money. And you guys love very much the idea of going, and today I'm in the kitchen cooking. And yesterday I mentioned to some of you that normally when I do this trip to Italy, of course, the food is very important for Italian people. We talk about food all the time. So when I do this trip in Italy, of course, there are also cooking classes, not by me, but by real Italian chefs in Italy, friends of mine that are exceptionally great chefs in places in Italy. So they teach us, me and you and all of us, to make certain things. And we go to places for wine tasting. I don't drink much wine myself, but of course, everybody in Italy and also in the United States, when people eat, they like to drink some wine. Me, I drink normally water of diet soda. I taste sometimes some wine. I tend to like a white wine that are a little bit sweet. So I'm not really like a wine drinker. That's what my father would say, because people that really love wines, they tend to prefer red wines. Me, I tend to like the white wine and sweet. So my father said, "You're not a wine expert," which I'm totally not. But when we do wine tastings, I take always my friends to these amazing people, and they get to taste all these different wines, because I'm from the north of Italy, and then we have a lot of winery. The Prosecco, of course, comes from there, but many other kind of wine. So people enjoy very much the wine tasting days, and of course the cooking classes. So we're going to be doing that one next year in October, and I will be happy to have you all coming with me. You can come actually, because I do those together with a travel agency. Normally I do it with Perillo Tours, which are very expert in traveling here in the United States. They're very good also in accommodating. Some of you yesterday were saying, "Hey, I'm in Australia, can I come too?" Of course you can, because the travel agency will arrange a special connection for you to come from wherever city in Australia, wherever side of the world you are, to come to Venice. We're all going to be meeting together in Venice normally, and from Venice then we move around. I think the trip that we are planning this year and that we're going to do next year is going to be Venice, the lake of Garda and Verona, and then we were planning to go to Florence with one concert in Florence, and then we wanted to go down to Rome, La Capitale d'Italia, the Italy center of Italy, and Rome is always a must. You know, my father comes from Rome. So that was what we were planning. And I think we were planning to do a concert, one in Florence and one in Rome, or in Venice, something like that. Today it's a special day for two people that I know personally. You know that every time I try to know whose birthday is, and we celebrated some birthday. Today is the birthday of two very special people that I love personally very much. One, of course, is Danny. Danny, if you're watching, happy birthday. Danny was my first guest on a Tuesday, maybe 4 weeks ago, when I started to do the interview. So, beautiful woman. She's a relationship expert. If you missed the interview, go on Giada.live and you can see Danny Rocco. So, happy birthday to you. I've learned also from Diane Fiorentino to say happy birthday to you. So happy birthday to you. And then we should applaud, which is this one. And also one of my musicians, Daniel Sadownik, is a percussion player. Of course, I call him one of my musicians, but of course he was also the percussion player or Taylor Swift, Santana, and so many big names. But of course, I played a lot with him. Daniel actually has been my first percussion player when I moved to the United States 16 years ago. Oh, and recently he also played with another one of my favorite, with Josh Groban. I call him my percussion player, but of course he's an amazing musician, and he's the percussion player of many musicians. So happy birthday also to Daniel Sadownik. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danny and Daniel. How cool. Oh, it's nice. The same name almost. Happy birthday to you. I love you both very much. I love you both very much. You know, it's been a thing to say all these things with sign languages, because I always try to include everybody. And I've heard of many people that during this COVID-19 problem are deaf. And so they cannot even get to get entertained every day with all these live things and connections we have, like we have together. So my friend Diane Fiorentino, which she's an expert in sign language, has been teaching me something. Like, for instance, I know that today we will be cooking together, friends and family. So I think it's very beautiful. So, and I know that Diane knows people that they are deaf and they are watching and they eat and drink and they cook all together with us. And of course, they applaud when it's time to applaud. So it's nice. I think that we have to use this time in quarantine to learn something. So I've been learning sign language, which is very interesting. And who knows, maybe in the future is something I will be using more and more also for in my life. You never know. I'm always think. I was talking to a while back to some deaf people, and they told me that they can feel the vibrations of the music. So I thought they can feel the vibrations. So maybe I will be able to also give them some signs so they might understand some of the words. And somebody also made me aware that if you go, actually, the son of Diane Fiorentino, who is deaf, that if you go on YouTube, because these videos are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, and you guys there on Instagram. Apparently on YouTube, you also have subtitles. And Diane's sons were saying, does Giada has an accent? Because apparently the subtitle, is with voice recognitions. And sometimes they may have some problem with my accent. So Diane said, of course, she's Italian. What do you think? So I'm really curious to see which kind of subtitling they have to some of the word that I made up myself. So I made, I'm sure that this is going to be interesting to see as well. So this said, if you're watching this video on Facebook, please make sure that you join me on my, you subscribe on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Giada Valenti, or you go on giada.life. So you can also read and maybe have an extra laugh to see which kind of subtitling they have to my talk. I want to watch it myself. I haven't had the time, but I think I will be watching back my video and see how they translate my Italian American kind of language. So today we are here in the kitchen, and beside that we are talking, we're gonna cooking. I made several dishes for you in the last couple of weeks, and by the way, some of you were so nice that you tried my recipe and you sent me pictures. I know Janet Sessa did it. She made my pasta Maria Monti, and she sent me beautiful picture, and she said it was delicious. I know Joseph Rainone also made my pasta with white sauce in the oven, and he said it was delicious. Joseph, did you try also to make pasta with the pea and the tuna, or with the tomatoes and the tuna? Try. And I know many of you try. Of course, many of you are making my tiramisu. I've received a lot of messages of you that you're so grateful for me teaching you how to make tiramisu, because it's very easy. And today is another recipe that, believe me, is a super delicious dessert that is really so easy to make. And it's light, it's tasteful, and you'll be surprised how easy it is to make. You need only, a couple of ingredients. Today, actually, I have 4 kind of different fruits because I wanted to show you that you can do it with different kind of fruits. So, but you can also, of course, if you make it for 2 people, just make sure that you choose your favorite fruits and you make it with that one, or you take all kind of fruits together, you make like a Macedonia, a fruit salad, and you use it with that. I use all these colors. So basically what you need for this rich recipe, only a few ingredients. Judge has a card for sure to show you to you. So it's a panna cotta con frutta fresca. So it's a homemade cream with fresh fruits. JJ is looking for the cards. There it is. So the ingredients is, of course, some heavy cream. You need some vanilla extract and fruits of your choice, and some sugar and some gelatin. So if you're coming back on the video, I shop lately at Trader Joe's, so I always like to buy this heavy cream. I really like it because it's unsweetened, so you can use it even for salty recipe, but we're going to be using today for a sweet one. You need a concentrate vanilla. Here it is what I like. It's kind of expensive because I noticed that they charge you $10 to buy this one, but it's concentrated. So when you need only a drop of it. When you open it, smells fantastic. I mean, it's unbelievable how tasteful and fantastic is vanilla. And then you need sugar. Another thing, since we seems to be all gaining weight during this quarantine, since we are not really cooking anything, we're only warming up the cream, you can use all kind of sweeteners. I love stevia. This is what I use also on my coffee. I try to stay away from sugar. So you can use stevia or any other sweeteners that you want. And otherwise you need, for 4 cups, you need 4 spoons of sugar. If you make only for yourself, it's 1 spoon of sugar for your cream and 1 spoon of sugar for your fruits. If your fruits is not super sweet, JJ is very kindly showing once again the ingredients for this recipe. And you need, of course, these gelatin sheets. Many people were saying the other day, what are those? Well, in Italy, we can buy this one on the supermarket. I show you how they are. They're very, very thin. Let me open it up. And they're used to make, not really the jello, but to make like the panna cotta. They're very thin. Can you see this one? These are actually 2 together. They're very thin. You need 4 of this one to make a thing. I don't know if you guys can see. You can make jello, but you need a lot of them. So basically what we're going to do, this jello, you break them in 4 pieces. You put it in, you see them here? Actually, you take 4 because I'm going to make 4 cups. So you take 4 of this jello. You break them up in a thing like this one, and you put cold water. In a second, I'm going to put cold water, and make sure that the water is cold. And it's going to take a second, but let me first start with this one. So we start with making the cream itself. I'm making 4 for 4 people today, so I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, in the freezer actually. So we'll be having dessert for today and for tomorrow. So if you're making for 4 people, you use a 16 ounces of heavy cream unsweetened. So you basically pour all of this one in your pan, in something that you can warm it up. Don't boil it. It's going to be warm. So you put all your cream in there. So as I said, for each person, you need 1 spoon of sugar, or if you're using sweetener, I'm making for 4, so I use 4 of this one. 1, 2, 1. This is stevia. I like stevia because it has a nice sweet taste, not too sweet, and of course 0 calorie. And that doesn't mean that this recipe doesn't have calorie, because the cream has quite some calories. So don't get me wrong, there's still some calorie in this recipe, but at least you don't get a lot of calorie on the sugar. So this is what we did. We put the stevia inside the thing, and I have to move to the stove, which unfortunately I cannot bring my camera over there, and you're going to warm it up. So you put the fire on the max. Here we go. And you keep stirring your cream until the cream gets a little bit warm, so it doesn't have to boil. So this is going to take a little bit. While it's warming up there, I can move here. And so you understood, you warm up the cream with some sugar. I'm using stevia. You can use white sugar or brown sugar. Some people were saying, can we use brown sugar? Yes, of course. You can use any kind of sweetener things you like. And you put in later a little bit of this vanilla. But first, let's warm up a little bit. While we're warming up the milk, you remember we took this jello foil. I put it in here. And you had some cold water. Make sure that the water is cold. Here we go. Make sure they're all into the water, like this one. Can you see, guys? So this is jello. There we go. You leave it there. Let me add some extra water. Not too much. And it stays there. You leave it there. Not much to happen over there. And I go back to my cream, of course. The secret is it doesn't have to boil. You just have to warm up a little bit. And you keep stirring just because you want the sugar to go a little bit all over your heavy cream. You'll be surprised how delicious it is when you make it, and easy. And sometimes we go to the restaurants and they charge us even $10 for this one. I think depending on which kind of fruit you use, it will cost you like $2 to make it at home. And it's going to be extra delicious because it's going to be as sweet as you want it to. So let me see. I always say you use your finger to see how warm or cold it is. It's still a little bit cold, so I leave it there. And And then I'm going to see, actually, there are different ways to prepare it because, of course, I always say that you can either pour it in a glass and just refrigerate it. I always try to find a nice way that to create it something nice for the eyes. So today I'm going to show you two variations of how you can make it, depending on which glass of cups you're using. So today I will be using my tiramisu cups, and I'm going to be using like a normal glass that we all have at home, the one that we use to drink our water. And I'm going to show you there is a very interesting way to prepare the cream. So when you have guests, when this is over and you can have guests in your house, you can make something that looks like very fancy, just even though it's just a simple hot, warm cream. So here we go. The milk is almost warm. It doesn't have to boil. Make sure that it doesn't boil. So I would say normally it's like 3-4 minutes, 5 max, depending on which kind of stove you have. I'm having here in Las Vegas in my kitchen, I have an electric one, which I have to tell you, I had to get used to it because in Italy, we don't have much of these electric things. We have the one with a flame, which, believe it or not, is very different in the way you are cooking your food. And of course, okay, so this is done. So it's just like when you put your finger inside, it's still very pleasant. It's not boiling. And it's very sweet and nice. And I'm using this nice tablecloth that I got from Ronnie Manicotti from Cincinnati, which I think he also made a donation. JJ, this Ronnie also made a donation?
Yes.
So thank you, Ronnie. You also made a donation, I've been told by JJ, just 2 minutes before I was starting. So thank you so very much. Not only you're giving me all these presents, you also made a donation. So I thank you for that. Tell me, JJ. Some people tuning in. I'm making basically panna cotta with fresh fruit, homemade cream with fruit, fresh fruits. That's what I'm making. It's a dessert. So basically, you see, it's very liquid still. That JJ is showing the picture. Here I show you. I just put some sugar in here. This is for 4 people. So for 4 people was 16 oz of cream, as I show you here before. You can see the bottle. I kept the bottle here. So this is for 4 people. So if you make it for yourself, of course, is a quarter of this cup, and then you can make all kind of other recipe. So I put the sugar in. Today I said since it's not cooked, we can use also sweetener, so it's less calorie, and I use my favorite one, which is stevia. So I warm it up a little bit. Here is warm. In the meantime, I took some Jello and I put it in cold water, and here it is. You can see that the Jello is like this now. Can you see that? Can you guys see this one? I take it and I put it in my milk. And I stir it. Because the milk is a little bit warm, of course, as you can see, the Jello is already disappeared. It went all over my cream. So make sure that you just make sure that the Jello is all gone. And you add a little bit of pure vanilla extract. I like the pure one. I also have somewhere the less concentrated, but I love this one. And you just put a little drop on it. You see, just like this one. Not much, just have to give a little bit of flavor. And you keep stirring all your thing. It doesn't even give any color. It just gives your cream the smell of vanilla. It's delicious. So when you're done with this one, so easy it is. You basically take something like that and you pour it in. All your cream. Because we're going to be preparing the dessert. As I said, you can pour it in any kind of cups of your choice, even in some jar from Jello or wherever. What I've learned from my mom in Italy is something funny. You take a container that has a side like this one, and you take an apple, and you cut it in half. And then the half you cut it in another piece like this one. And you put it here on the bottom of yours. I'll show you in a second. So I prepare 2 cups like that, like this one. They don't know what I'm making. How many people joining? I'm making like a cream, homemade cream with fruits. There it is today. Here's what we're making: cooked cream with fruits, panna cotta con frutta fatta in casa. So if you go back here, you cut the apple. And you put it on the bottom of a tray like this one, any kind of tray. You don't have to cook it. This is the only one. Then you take your glass and you put your glasses like that. on an angle. Normally, I make it today for 2. You can also put a third glass here. So make sure. So why I'm putting it like that? Because they are on an angle. I'm going to show you in a second. So you take your cream and you pour it inside your glasses like that. I'll show you in a second. They cannot see well? You see? The glasses are going to be on an angle. I'll show you in a second. So then you take this cream, you're going to put it in a fridge for, I would say, 4 or 5 hours. This is one way that you can make it. When you take it out of the fridge, I'm going to show you in a second how it is. Of course, it's going to be frozen. It's going to be cool, getting jello and cold, and it stays like halfway, like that one. So when you put the glass straight, I'll show you in a second. Let me take it from the fridge. It's just a fun way to do something different, to present it different. This is the same thing. I have my apple that I'll put into, and when you put the glass standing, your cream will be standing like that. Can you see that? Of course, you can eat your apple, which makes it very interesting when you take your fruits. By the way, you take also another cup, for instance. You don't have a glass, so you don't want to do the whole thing with an apple. You take just a normal cup, like this one. Voila. And you pour in your cream. Voila. You're going to put it in the refrigerator again for like 4 or 5 hours, and you're going to get it like this. Here we go. As you see, that's kind of jello-ing. You see, it's not moving. I'm going to make space in a second. So this one, we need to put it in the fridge. So let me open the fridge. You know what? I'm going to move them here. I'm going to put them in the fridge later. So they have to be refrigerated for a couple of hours. So let me move this one out of my way. And this is the one I made this morning. So here is the one I made with apple. So like this. And this is the straight one. And you take your fruits. I like to make them normally with different colors of fruit. So kiwi, strawberry, all kind of berries. And this is a mango. So the fruit sometimes is not so sweet. So what I like to do, I like to take another one of my sweetener. I put one on each of the cup of sugar, of the cup of fruit, sorry. So you can do it also with brown sugar, white sugar, 1 spoon on each one, like this one. So that's what I do. My mama, sometimes she made it also with some liquor. Today I make it without, but you can put also liquor if you like if it's for adults. If you make it for children, this is the way to do. You cut a lemon, a fresh lemon, and you squeeze some lemon in your fruits and sugar. You understand the thing. Voila. Then you take a spoon and you make sure that your sweetener or sugar, whatever you want to use to make your fruit sweet, you put them all together. Same thing for my berries. And believe me, when you're going to try this dessert, you said you love my tiramisu, you're going to adore this one. And actually, this one have a little bit less calorie. So when I said I like to separate the fruits because I love the color. So when I have guests, I make for everybody a different color. But you can also put all the fruits together and have like a fruit salad on top of your cream. And that's basically what you do. If you made it in a cup like this one, I'm going to prepare this one for me and JJ. We're going to make it with strawberry. You take your strawberry, you put your strawberry on top of your panna cotta, like this one. You have no idea how delicious this is. You have to try. The steps, yes, I can repeat the steps. You guys are missing the steps today. So basically, you just have to warm up the heavy cream with some sugar, 1 spoon for every portion. Then you you warm it up. Then you put some water and this gelatin sheets in hot water for 5 minutes, no longer than that. You put on the warm milk with sugar, the jello. Then you add a little bit of vanilla. if it's concentrated like this one, just a little drop. And then you put it in glasses, in whatever shape, glasses and form you want. I show how to make it this one on the side one, because you do the same thing. So here is your cup with the straight fruits. I'm gonna heat it in a second, and I'm gonna show you how pretty it is when you prepare it in something like this one. By the way, this one can be made the day before, and then you can put it all like it is. I'll show you in a second in a refrigerator. I'm gonna make one like this, and I'm gonna make a green one so you can see the different color. And this is gonna be my dessert tomorrow. So basically, when you made it like this, look how pretty it is. Make sure that the fruits is just like nicely on a corner like this one. You can make this one when the day before your guest arrived. You make it in the morning, and then what I do normally, because I'm not gonna eat them all of this, I put a little foil, plastic foil like this one, and I can refrigerate it again. Not frozen, but just in the fridge. So here I made so many of them. I'm gonna have a dessert also for tomorrow. So this one I'm gonna put it in the fridge like this, and I can have them tomorrow. For instance, I can use it for breakfast if I want to have breakfast, and I can have it tomorrow as a dessert. And there it is. And now I make these two ones that are delicious, and I'm gonna eat them together with Giada. I have 2 spoons. So here is my panna cotta. I use the strawberry for this one. And so you can present it like this, or you can present it like this on a side. I always like to make on the side like this one, because it's nice when you dip your spoon inside, you can have it. And if I'm gonna pass this one to JJ. JJ, you can try this one. That's JJ. And this is mine. And basically, look what happened. Look at this. Can you see it? It's basically, it's like a jello. It's delicious. You have to try it, and you're gonna tell me. And there are so many variations that you can do. You can make it with cookies and coffee. If you want to watch old episode of what I'm doing every day, or you want to watch again this one because you may have missed something, I've noticed that some of you joined me when I was already started. You can always go back on giada.live, and you can see again the whole episode as many times as you want. And you can follow step by step the whole recipe. While I'm eating my dessert, what can I tell you? This is the most delicious probably things you ever had. And then again, you can use any kind of fruit. There are also some other variation if you want. You can also make it with coffees and cookies, same thing. The cream is identical, and then you had a drop of sugar of coffee, for instance, not sugar coffee, just bitter coffee, and you can break some cookies on top of it, and you eat it. It's a kind of light tiramisu taste. I do it sometimes like that when I don't have fruits available, and that's gonna be my dessert for today. So, guys, I hope you're gonna really try to make it. You're gonna be impressed to see how easy it is to make and how tasteful it is. Some of you were saying, where can we find this one, the gelatin sheet? Well, normally in Italy, we can find them at the supermarket because we use it in a lot of different recipes. I was not able to find it here in Las Vegas in any of the supermarkets. I look at Smith, at Albertson, I look at Trader Joe, at Sprout. I could not find it, so I order it on Amazon, amazon.com. I look for gelatin sheets, and they had many different kinds. Make sure that it's written that they are for baking, for making dessert and gelatin, stuff like that, and sweet stuff. Because I guess you can also use it for other recipes. We in Italy, in my family, we use it only to make these kind of things. And you order it, I think I paid like for something like, I don't know, it's 40 grams, so it's a lot of them. And I made a different recipe ever since I bought this one, and I think I paid like something like $9, $9.99. I have I'm a Prime a member of Amazon, so I didn't pay shipping cost. So this is the recipe basically. I'm gonna put in the refrigerator the one that I made today, as you see. So I'm gonna have more dessert also for tomorrow and days to come. As I said, when you made it, for instance, this one, you don't want to eat it tomorrow, you can then freeze it. You put it in plastic like this one. You can put it in your freezer. When first you have to froze it, make the cream first. It has to be like a jello, became hard. So first you make it, then you put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours. Then you add your fruits, or not. You can also froze it without your fruits, and you froze your cream. And then when you're ready to have it, you take it out. You make sure that it's out of the fridge for an hour, I would say. And then you take the fruit of your choice with some sugar, some lemon. As I told you, you can also use a liquor. You can put, if you like a taste of liquor and you want to make it like kind of more a liquor kind of panna cotta, then you can add also some liquor, of course, of your choice. I told you, you can also make it with a little drop of coffee in your cream. So when the cream is jello like this one, you just make sure that you have some coffee, not very boiling coffee, but just warm. You had some coffee, and first what I do actually, I break some cookies. I put some cookies in the half side of my cup, and then I put a drop of coffee, and then I eat them together. It's like a very light tiramisu taste with no eggs and less calorie, because as I said, you can use stevia or any kind of sweetener, so you can lower the intake of calorie, which is very important. So this was my recipe for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow is going to be my from home concert. So tomorrow we will be singing. So I move all my studio from here to my office, and I have a back screen over there. So tomorrow I'm going to take you somewhere else. Last week we were in Venice with my backdrop was the Theater La Fenice in Venice. Tomorrow I don't know where I want to take you. Maybe I take you to Paris, Rome, Florence. I don't know. You can suggest to me. Where do you want me to take you? To my Carnegie Hall, New York City. I've been there. We can go to Carnegie Hall, whatever you want me to. So tomorrow we will be singing. I have received some special requests, and we'll be celebrating some special occasions tomorrow. Some of you asked me. I'm going to be also celebrating the birthday of my brother Roberto. Tomorrow is May 3rd, so I will be probably singing a song also for him. He's my cousin, but we call each other brothers and sisters because we grow up together, since Robbie unfortunately did not have a mom. So my mom was his mom, and we are brothers and sisters. We fight like brothers and sisters, and we love each other as brothers and sisters. So tomorrow is my brother Roberto's birthday. So and then next week on Monday, of course, the week is start again, quarantine again, and I'm gonna have some amazing guests coming up. I know you guys really love the guest I had this week. Of course, I had Clint Holmes last Tuesday, two-time Emmy, Grammy nominated singer, and you guys told me that you loved him very much, not only as a singer but as a person. Like, I share all my friends, and I always say to the world, everybody needs to know how amazing they are. So you loved Clint Holmes, and it was amazing. Then I had with me, of course, on Thursday, on Wednesday, I had Jim Caruso directly from New York. It's another person that I told you, honestly, I observed for many, many years as I was going to the Jim Caruso cast party at Berlin in New York without even getting close to him, because I was a little bit intimidated. And then thanks to Clint Holmes, I got to meet him, and I did the open mic here at the Smith Center, and I got to meet Jim, and Jim is an amazing person, and you guys fell in love with Jim too, which, by the way, I will remind you also to on Monday, don't forget to watch his pajama cast party that he does every Monday on the YouTube. I will remind you, you always have amazing guests. And then, yes, of course, Thursday you enjoyed the other guest I had, the amazing actor, director, Joe Mantegna. We all know him from Criminal Minds and from Godfather 3, but also from The Simpsons, where he played Fat Tony. But of course, for me, is always being more than that. And you guys express also a lot of beautiful comments about the real Joe Mantegna. Is probably one of the most amazing person in Hollywood. And by the way, he was talking about that video that Joe was talking to us, and he mentioned that video that his assistant Dan has sent it to him, and he said, I got so emotional, and he gave me faith on the human race again. And I share it with you on my comments, and many of you were saying, we cannot see it. So I'm gonna make sure that I can share the video that Joe Mantegna sent to me to watch on my wall, so you guys are gonna be able to spend 10 minutes and see this amazing speech that this normal gentleman did, and he motivate everybody, because especially also in this situation, that even in this difficult time we need to still stand in, no matter how strong is going to be the wind. We need to still standing, and we need to keep saying and keep smiling. Now, many of you appear with me every day to be entertained by me, and I always say I entertain you and you entertain me with your comments and your love and your donations and everything you do for me. Today we cooked, tomorrow we will be singing, and what can I say? I can say that I love you all, friends and family. And I can say, yes, that next week I'm going to have also amazing guests. That's what I wanted to tell you. I forgot. I'm going to have amazing guests that you're going to love. On Tuesday, I'm going to have probably the one that is one of the most amazing musicians ever. Google him, Nathan East. If you don't know him already, Nathan East is Nathan East. East like East-West, you know. He's a bass player. And if you Google his name, you will see that he played bass in all the music that we love, in all the records that we love, from Michael Jackson to Whitney Houston to Mariah Carey, to all the records and produced by David Foster, Andrea Bocelli, Laura Pausini, per quelli di voi che ci guardano dall'Italia, Joss Groban, Clint, what is his name? Sting. Me, yeah, he also played for me, but he's the other one from Tears in Heaven. What is Eric Clapton? Nathan East has played bass in music history, and he's going to be my guest on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we are going to be laughing because one of my guests is an amazing impressionist and comedian, and his name is John Di Domenico. He lives here in Las Vegas, but I don't know actually if he was born and raised here in Las Vegas. We're going to find out because I know him very well as let's say in what he does, his business, but I don't know much the man behind what he do. And we're going to find out together. John Di Domenico sounds Italian, so we're going to figure it out what is his background. And then on Thursday, I'm going to have a beautiful lady. Of course, she's Kelly Clinton Holmes. She's the wife of Clint Holmes, but she is an artist, amazing artist. She's funny. She can sing, she can dance, she can impersonate. So we're going to have some amazing guests also next week, and I cannot wait to share all of this with all of you. For the time being, I want to thank you for being with me today. I think we cooked today together, and I think and I hope you're going to try this recipe because, as I said, you're going to love it. If you have missed the recipe of any one of my shows, you can always go on giada.live, and you can see LIV, and you can see all the episodes, and you can watch again the recipe and follow the ingredients and wherever you want to know. Voglio salutare la mia mamma e il mio papà che ci guardano ogni giorno dall'Italia. Oh sì, yeah, mamma and dad ci guardano ogni giorno dall'Italia. Mamma, non so se siete svegli, altrimenti mi guardate di mattina, vi mando un bacio e un abbraccio. And today I was not able to see the comment. JJ, was somebody new over there? I mean, I cannot see the comments, so but I'm going to read them. And guys, Mother's Day is coming up, and I just joined, I think 2 or 3 days ago. I joined thanks to my friend Daniel Emmett, which was one of my guests, amazing singer from America Got Talent. And he said, you should join Cameo. I got accepted too. Basically, Cameo is a website where all famous people, people in the business, let's say, can do a little video with dedications or everything personalized to wherever you want. So if you go on cameo.com and you put /Giada Valenti, you will find my profile. And there is a message, a welcome message from me, so you know exactly what it is. But basically what it is, I joined the page. So let's say you have a special birthday of an anniversary or Mother's Day coming up, and you want me to sing a little piece of a song with a dedication from you to whatever person you love very, very special in your life, and I do it for you. It's $50, and half of it, of course, is for us artists, and half of it is for Cameo that does all kind of other benefit things for other people. So it's a way to stay afloat, and I cannot wait to do this for everybody, for somebody. My friend Maria Porreco, she said Mother's Day is happening, which is true. I know many of you will be asking for me to sing Mamma, solo per te la mia canzone vola. So if you want me to sing that song for your mom or whatever song you want me to sing, you just make sure that you join me, that you ask me on time, because of course I'm doing this every day. I'm always very busy, so I want to be able to help everybody. So because you can ask it now and I can record it, and then you can send it to the people you want to send to, whatever day you want. I know some of you also asked me some special dedication for their wedding anniversary. If you want me to do that in a very special way with something specific only for that person, so it's not something that everybody can see, only for you, please make sure to go to cameo.com/Giada Valenti. I know that Maria Poreca was asking me to post the link, so maybe tomorrow I will make sure that, oh, there he is. So it's cameo.com/Giada Valenti. Maria, there he is. I know Maria was wondering about, and so you go there. I hope to see you. I'm looking forward to do things for you. And what can I do? I'm gonna say goodbye now and finish eating my panna cotta con la frutta fresca, which is homemade cream with fresh fruit. Believe me, it's delicious. And of course now is perfect temperature. And I made more of them. So as you can see, this one I'm gonna be freezing them, or put them in the, no, probably this one I'm gonna put in the fridge. I'm gonna eat them tomorrow. And I froze the other one. So I'm going to have a dessert for weeks to come. And next Saturday, many of you said, let's cook something salty. So probably next Saturday, we will cook again some pasta. Some of you were asking pasta alla carbonara or some lasagna. Some of you asked me also some vegetarian kind of recipe. So I will make sure Monday to put the ingredients. And if you make this one, please take a pictures of a video of yourself making. Buon appetito. Vi voglio bene. So I love you all, friends and family, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and tomorrow we will be singing and you guys will be applauding. This is the sign for applauding. So ci vediamo domani, solita ora, solito posto. Thank you very much, grazie di cuore per essere stati con me e ci vediamo domani. Giada here from Las Vegas. Ciao ragazzi. Maybe there it is, my
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Now I go, but I truly hope that I'll see you here sometime, same place. And until then, my heart just say, Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place. And I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, 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 dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.